Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be reviewing my championship predictions from the midweek games. Unfortunately it didn't go too well for me, my score will be up there. I did only get 2 out of 12, so let's get straight into reviewing the scores from the midweek games, who performed well and who didn't. The first midweek game was the game at 5 o'clock on the Tuesday between Millwall and Swansea City. And this is the one of predictions I actually got correct. It ended up finishing 1-1 and I predicted 1-1 between the two. Millwall took the lead after 21 minutes through Mason Bennett, but that was cancelled out in the second half with an own goal from Millwall's goalkeeper, Bartosz Bielakowski. Is that how you say it? I don't know. Millwall fans, correct me on that one if you can. But he did score an own goal on 66 minutes to earn Swansea a point. The next game was the game between Barnsley and Blackburn, and this one was quite a shock, to be fair. Blackburn up around the top of the table, in and around the playoff areas, and Barnsley down towards the bottom of the table. For this one, I predicted 2-0 to Blackburn, but in reality, it was the other way round, with Barnsley picking up a huge 3 points, winning 2-0. Connor Chaplin gave them the lead after 58 minutes, and then on 74 minutes, the substitute Ben Brereton, who had come on just a few minutes earlier, got sent off. And then 2 minutes after that, Jacob Brown consolidated the win for Barnsley by scoring on 76 minutes. Next game was the game between Cardiff and Charlton. And for this one, I predicted a 2-0 win for Cardiff, being that they were on very good form and beating teams in and around them in the table. Charlton were also on a bit of decent form, but in this one, it did finish as a 0-0 draw, which boosts both teams' chances. Probably more Charlton's to getting out of that relegation mess. Cardiff maybe would have probably hoped for a win in this one, obviously playing a team lower down in the table, but they had to settle for a draw. The next game on the predictions list was the game between Reading and Brentford, and this was the only other one that I actually got correct. I predicted a 3-0 win for Brentford in this one, and my prediction prevailed. Brentford just continuing their very good run of form again, following up wins against Fulham and West Brom, whereas Reading really again slumping down after a draw against Stoke and a loss against Derby. Brentford took the lead on the 23rd minute with a goal from Brian Mbeumo, and then Josh Da Silva put the second in on 64 minutes, and then Brentford really did come in clutch with Joel Valentia scoring on 90 minutes to make it 3-0 and in the end make my prediction correct. Next match was the 6:30 kick-off in the London derby between QPR and Fulham. In the end with this one, I think my prediction was out the window inside a minute, because I predicted 1-0 to Fulham, but in reality it was 2-1 to Fulham, and QPR did actually score it after 1 minute through Jordan Hugill, so my prediction was out the window straight away there. In the end, Fulham did come through and win after scoring a goal in 21 minutes through Harry Arter, and then Ryan Christie eventually bagged the 3 points for Fulham in the 75th minute. Next game in midweek was the game between Leeds and Luton Town. For this one, I predicted a 2-0 win to the home side Leeds, as they had just come off a real high, beating Fulham 3-0, and Luton were on a not as great a form as Leeds, and obviously they are not a stronger side as Leeds. In the end, it was a 1-1 draw between Luton and Leeds. Luton took the lead on 50 minutes through Harry Cornick, but that was eventually cancelled out by Stuart Dallas on 63 minutes. But the real loser of this one is the Luton goalkeeper Sluga. Because he didn't keep a clean sheet, Nathan Jones is now not paying for his wedding, so there's a big L on his behalf. The next game that we need to review is Wigan against Stoke at the DW. In the end, this was a pretty dominant performance from Wigan, who have now unfortunately been placed into administration, so hopefully they can find a buyer in the not too distant future and keep them in the Championship, because they're on a real run of form at the minute. Anyway, this result did push Stoke towards the relegation zone, as before they were only a point above it. And can we just get a rip in the chat for me real quick? So I predicted 3-1 for this game, so it's just a Stoke goal away. Wigan took the lead in the 40th minute with an own goal from Jack Butland, and then a quick-fire double from Kai Naismith on 65 minutes and 68 minutes, basically secured the 3 points for Wigan. The next game is their first Wednesday night game between Preston and Derby at 5 o'clock. For this one, I predicted a dominant 3-0 win for Derby, and in the end, I got the result correct, but not the score correct. Derby did not winning this one 1-0 with a Wayne Rooney goal securing them the 3 points, and after 18 minutes. This just adds to their great list of form, really, since the restart, and adds to Preston's bad list of form. This pushes Derby above Preston in the table and towards those playoff spots. Next game is the game between Birmingham and Huddersfield at the St Andrews Stadium. This one I got completely wrong. I predicted a 2-1 win for Birmingham, and in the end Huddersfield pulled through and won 3-0, quite a dominant performance. Carl and Grant gave them the lead off after 10 minutes from the penalty spot. And on 50 minutes he did miss a penalty, but Fraser Campbell tucked away in the aftermath of that penalty. And then Kachunga really just put the icing on the cake in the 72nd minute, putting Huddersfield 3-0 up and securing them 3 points. Next game is a game between Nottingham Forest and Bristol City at the City Ground. For this one, I did predict a 2-1 win for Forest, and I got the result correct and the difference between the team's scores, as Forest went through and won 1-0 in this one with the goal from Thiago Silva in the 63rd minute. Bristol City really got salt rubbed into their wounds on the 78th minute, with Ashley Williams receiving a red card, and pretty much that from then on in, Forest had the win secured. On to the penultimate game that we need to review, and it is the game involving my team, Sheffield Wednesday. For this one, it didn't really go very well for us. I think the 3-0 scoreline that is shown with this one doesn't really show the reality of the game and the performance from each side. First half we were really dominating, could have gone ahead several times, and then West Brom's first real chance was from that free kick, and Ondo Badjo made a stupid challenge, and from then on West Brom just started to slowly take over the game. For this one I did predict a 2-2 draw, and I think that could have gone through maybe if we'd have scored early on in that first half, but in the end West Brom did really cruise through in the second half with a dominant performance really in the second half. Austin scored after 37 minutes from a penalty, and then Pereira with a double in the second half on 58 minutes and on 85 minutes to give West Brom the 3 points. On to the last game of the midweek fixtures, the Thursday night game, which just ended a few minutes ago. Hull against Middlesbrough. For this one, I predicted a 1-0 win for Middlesbrough, and a little hopeful after a Sombolonga tucked away a penalty for Middlesbrough after 4 minutes. But then my prediction was out the window after 8 minutes after Herbie Kane equalised. And then it took another 82 minutes for a goal to happen in that game, as Malik Wilkes in the 90th minute wins the game for Hull. A huge win for them, really, because they've not won since the restart, and now they have, after beating Middlesbrough today. And they were in and around the relegation zone in 21st spot before this game, and that really helps them getting away from the relegation. It's really a huge 3 points for them. The Championship table after this midweek games reads as follows. In first place we have Leeds United on 75 points. In second it's West Brom on 74 points. In third it's Brentford on 69 points. Fourth is Nottingham Forest on 67. Just behind them in fifth is Fulham on 67 as well. And then Cardiff trailing 6 points behind Fulham in sixth on 61 points. Derby just a point outside the playoffs on 60. Swansea are 8th on 57. Preston are 9th on 57. 10th is Blackburn on 56. 11th is Millwall on 56. 12th is Bristol City on 55. In 13th is my team Wednesday on 52. 14th place is Wigan Athletic on 50 points. 15th place is QPR on 50 points as well. 16th is Reading on 49. 17th is Birmingham also on 49. 18th is Charlton on 46. 19th is Hull on 45 after a big 3 points today against Middlesbrough. 20th is Huddersfield on 45, another big 3 points picked up by them against Birmingham. 21st is Middlesbrough on 44, just a point above relegation places, with Stoke in 22nd on 43. So that loss against Hull has really put them in the mess. 23rd is Barnsley on 41, and 24th place and bottom of the league is Luton Town on 40 points. But it's getting tight at the bottom, as bottom are only 4 points away from the safety point.
Like a Hellcat.